Hi everybody, I am Thatnursingprof and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about panic attacks and panic disorder. So let's get into it. So some quick facts about panic disorder. It is a subcategory in the bigger category of anxiety disorders. A panic attack typically lasts about 15 to 30 minutes. They occur all of a sudden. And then it is an intense fear that triggers a physical response, so that fight or flight response. Now, to distinguish this, it's important to understand this fight or flight response is occurring in the absence of real danger. So, for example, if you were being chased by a grizzly bear and this response triggered in you physically, that would make sense. That's a good thing. That's how you're going to save yourself and protect yourself from this real obvious danger. In panic attacks, in panic disorder, this is happening, but there's no grizzly bear there. Maybe it's something like, oh, you're stuck in a traffic jam, or you have to give a presentation in front of the class. So you're not in real danger, but your body and your mind think that you are. Some causes of this, it can be genetic, it's just something that occurs in your family. A major stressful life event, using illegal substances or certain medications, or it can be part of another disorder like obsessive compulsive disorder. And who's at risk? Technically, this can happen to anybody, but it is more likely to happen to women than it is to men. And early adulthood, so that late teenage years, early 20s. A major life stress, this could be negative things or positive things, right? So moving out, going to college, that's a positive thing, but it's also a major change in your life. So it's a major life stress. The loss of a loved one, right? That's a negative thing, and it's a major life stress. A traumatic event like a car accident, smoking and excessive caffeine intake are risk factors, and then a history of abuse, either witnessing abuse or being the victim of abuse. When it comes to nursing interventions and treatments, our priority during the attack is to stay calm and appear non-threatening to the patient, right? Because in the moment, they're very anxious and upset and everything is a danger. So you don't want to appear as a threat to them, right? You want to get them to calm down and cooperate with you. So you want them to be comfortable and safe. Assuring patient safety during the attack is the priority of the nurse. And another thing we should do during the attack is decrease the amount of stimulation the patient is experiencing, because that's going to help them. Frequently, we will be giving medications to these patients. So some popular medications that are prescribed, SSRIs, which are antidepressants. These are kind of like the first choice. SNRIs are also antidepressants. And then benzodiazepines. These are sedatives. So these are to get the nervous system to calm down. So these are common medications you might have to give your patient. And then the other choice, when it's not medication related, is psychotherapy. Now, this is not our job to perform psychotherapy, but recognizing that the patient would benefit from it and talking to the doctor so that they can get a consult for it, that's going to be our job. That's going to be the key here. Most patients will benefit from psychotherapy because it's going to help figure out, what is triggering these attacks, why are these attacks happening, and what are some ways we can reduce these attacks from happening. The last thing I wanted to talk about are some potential complications that can arise from having a panic attack or a panic disorder that doesn't get treated properly. So the development of phobias, such as fear of leaving your house, depression or other anxiety disorders, the misuse of alcohol or other substances. So maybe you use alcohol as a way to calm yourself down when you feel anxious, but you're using it inappropriately, and now you have a problem with alcohol, or using other substances for that. And then problems with work, so it's affecting your job or it's affecting the way you act with your family. So this is why we stress the importance of good interventions, medications when appropriate, and psychotherapy. So that was my video on panic disorders and panic attacks. I hope you found this helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And if not, I'll see you on the next one.